Searching podcasts for Dave, and one more time.
Okay, let me get this straight. Our superiors in the land of Oz, known as Washington, D.C., come out and tell us that they found a $6.2 billion accounting error for something related to Ukraine, and nobody there gets in trouble. But boy howdy, you better keep track of how much you Venmo'd the babysitter this year. Uncle Sugar got bills to pay. On a related note, the Dave and Juan More Time podcast is a non-profit operation. They do this as a public service. And you're welcome, America. This is Dave and Juan. Bah!
And 3,
Number 2.
1.
Woohoo! Ba-da-ba-bam.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. America, America. How you doing, America?
They
Missed
need
us? You missed us? We back. We back. And as always,
All right, you're welcome.
you're welcome, America.
We feel your gratitude.
I know. Feel it. Feel it. Hi, everybody. How are you? I'm Dave.
I'm Juan.
And this is Dave and Juan.
More time.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Nobody cares but us. It's a Saturday afternoon edition. Almost at the dock, Juan. He was 2 minutes late today.
I know, man, because I had the wrong AirPods.
Okay.
I had my daughter's AirPods, and I put them in, and I started hearing all kind of stuff that I knew wasn't connected to mine.
Was it connected to yours? Well, there you go. But let me show you about how serious we take this. Both Juan and I, we've had various careers, and we both, I think, were probably, for the most part, pretty responsible.
Yeah.
But you get to we get to our age, man, if I'm a couple minutes late, hey, suck on it. Okay. It's Juan even texted me, coming on my way.
Right. 2:01, bro. I was then. So yesterday.
Let me reiterate, we don't get paid to do this.
No,
right?
that's
This
it.
is
When I came up here, I said, okay, go and do the free job. Then yesterday I have an issue with my oven not heating. So I might be trying to change a heating element on a gas oven that I'm not real sure how to do yet.
Okay.
But so I was checking that out yesterday, and so I actually flipped the breaker on it because I didn't want to shock myself.
Okay.
Because again, I don't know what I'm doing. But
I don't mess with electrical. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Let me let you tell your story.
What that did was it tripped or made the clock on the oven and the clock on the microwave go off. So this morning I reset them because I'm very anal. I have to get them like as close to being the exact time, same time as possible. But then I had forgotten something downstairs, and so I ran downstairs. And I looked at the clock on there, and it was 2:05. And I said, "Oh my God, am I that late?" But I set the clock 10 minutes late. So,
but there you go.
There you go. See, if it was 2:05 and we're supposed to do this at 2:00, I'm freaking out.
Man, well, there you go. Because it's the things you do for America.
Right. And they need it.
I mean, these days,
more and more every day.
How many times have I said it was a bad week to be paying attention? It was a bad week to be paying. Oh my goodness gracious, yo! But so hopefully, by the time you all get this into your hands, we won't be in World War III. Although some people kind of claim we are. We just started playing it around there. But supposedly a coup going on in Russia.
That's right, man. Yeah. Well, I've read that the guy got like 25 people on his side.
He's like false. It's fake news now. The guy, because it's here's but if you don't remember anything else from these podcasts, remember what we've been telling you or for forever. They're all lying. They're all freaking lying. I was thinking about that today. I was on a run today because it was only in the mid-90s. So you got to take advantage of it.
Cool. It's cool temperature, man.
We've had some crazy stuff going on, but while I was running, I was thinking about some of these some of that goes on. It's like some of these companies, whether it's companies or industries or agencies or whatever, and you can go back and make a long, long list of all the stuff they come out with now to basically tell you, yeah, they lied about that. Yeah, they lied about that's not true. Right. So a long track record, consistent track record of lying. Okay. But it's something about when you talk about lies you were told 5 years ago, 10 years ago, it's like
Yeah,
we're
it's all right.
humans.
Yeah, who cares?
We've
anymore?
we've lived our life, right? So why would you think that all of a sudden these agencies, these media companies, these industries had some kind of come to Jesus, come to Allah, come to Muhammad, come to
Come to the
Buddha,
mountaintop.
come to Joel Osteen, whatever, choose your savior. Right? Why would
Obama.
we
No.
why would we think you put them all in there. Why would we think all of us now they're shooting straight with you, man? Yeah, they got it. Yeah, it's all messed up. So apparently, this morning when I woke up, I was, listening to various things on my run and yeah, they were talking about who's got control of the nukes in Russia and blah, blah, blah. And then came back just a few minutes before we came on here saying, yeah, the guy that was leading the coup that's yeah, he said, yeah, you know what? We just go back to camp. We all good. We all right.
Yeah, all right. They gave me a sandwich. I was just a little hungry.
I did learn something though about what's going on over there again, because again, guys, and if it comes out that we're
Okay,
wrong,
hang on for
we'll
a
admit it.
second. What's on your shirt? Because I'm about to drive myself crazy trying to read it.
Oh, okay. So this is one of my Father's Day gift from my oldest son. This is it's a John Wick shirt.
Okay, all righty.
Baba Yaga.
Yeah. All right.
All
right.
I got me a. Here you go, America. Let me show you. There again. Love me some John Wick. He realized that, because he's in one way, shape, or form probably seen pieces of John, every John Wick 17 times. Because if John, that's one of those things. If I don't care what's going on, man. If John Wick's on, that's what we're doing. All right, doesn't even matter which one. So I'm wearing the Baba Yaga shirt.
All right. So back to Russia and the
Yeah,
nukes.
I did not. So again, with all the lies, because they're supposed to be, we're told, Ukraine's winning and they're winning, but we still got to keep sending billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars.
They are winning. They're winning at the game of getting our money.
Cha-ching, cha-ching. And then Russia.
Yeah, as far as who controls Russia's nukes, I'm more concerned about who controls ours.
or that they work.
Yeah.
But I kind of hope they don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, and vice versa. I hope everybody's equally as incompetent as what I see. That with all the, they got a lot of stuff, but let's just hope they got the typical yawns that are doing maintenance, that it doesn't, that one day if some idiot decides they do want to set something off, well, look at, we didn't change that fuse, or that crap rusted. Oh, okay. But, so it's another army, like the Russian army they got whatever they got. But like a lot of armies, I suppose, I don't know how many countries actually have standing armies. You got some volunteers, you got some that, in some of these countries, they kind of tap you, whether it's a draft, whether you have to do it or, yeah. And they're not very experienced, and they're not, you remember back in Iraq, there were these guys out there were surrendering to the camera crews. I think CNN took out a battalion of Iraqi. And chances are, listen, man, good people. That's the other thing too. We paint the idiots are on it. We paint other people as the problem,
Right.
and for the most of the world, people are people. They're good people. Leaders, and whether you call them dictators, but I got news for you. Rest of the world will make a case that the way we've been operating for the past 20 years, tomato. Most people around the world, man, they just want to, they just
live
want
their
to
lives, man.
They want to live their lives. They want to, farm my fields. I want to raise my family. I want to watch my soccer. Sorry, football and baseball fans. That's what the rest of the world wants to do. They want to watch soccer. Okay. They just want to be. Let me do my job, right? But that's just not how the world works, because we got idiots that, want to take over things and money grabs and whatnot. But in Russia, so they have these professional soldiers that aren't part of the Russian military. It's these are soldiers of fortune, so to speak. And these are some, they don't care. They don't care about country. They don't care who wins. They're just big, well-equipped professional.
Yeah, I became well versed on some of those back several years ago when 24 was still on the air.
Okay.
Jack Bauer was taking out some of those guys.
You're one up on me. So I didn't watch that show, so there you go. But so that's what this and I forget the guy's name. That's who's doing a lot of the fighting. And you got to keep those guys paid. And if they're not paid, they start. So the rumor is,
their job is to shoot somebody. If you're not paying them,
that's right.
You may become that somebody.
And these are guys. That's what they do. They're
committed. They're committed. They love to work.
They love their jobs. They love their jobs. Their jobs are killing people and blowing stuff up and getting paid, and you got to just keep paying them. So that's a little bit what's happening there. And but then right before we came on, I was reading stuff a while ago where the guy, he either took, and when they say it's NATO, they started saying the NATO is probably paying them more money. But here's the other thing, guys. Whenever you hear anybody say NATO, that doesn't really
also
exist.
Is us.
That's us. That's not also. It's us. It's us.
Yeah.
I mean, NATO is not.
Yeah.
So
the club may exist. We're the only ones paying dues.
That's right. That's right.
And the only ones serving on any committees.
We're the check. We're all sitting at that big. We got the private dining room at the Golden Corral. All right. And everybody's doing their stuff, but you know when the bill comes, right here,
we got it. Yeah, there's only one bill ever, and it's always written in English. And
when we say, that's right. And when they say, when they say, oh, the U.S. is picking it up, no, don't say it's not you. Period. S.
Yeah,
it's
U.S. is us.
It's us. It's you. But I don't remember getting. Please, we pay for it all kinds of ways.
Yeah.
Price of gas is going up again. Do you notice that starts sneaking up on you?
Yeah. And it goes up and then it just drops right back down.
Well,
I mean,
it don't drop as
not as fast. I mean, it'll pop up like 20, 30 cents in a day sometimes now.
100%, man. So I got to get back on that, but there you go. But so we'll try to keep you keep you guys informed. The world world according to Dave and Juan about what's going on in different places, but same thing. Well, we got some funny stuff. Let's get all the negativity out of the way. It's not really negativity. It's so they also came out this week. Reality. So look, man, believe it or not, looking at me in my Baba Yaga shirt, you may not know, America, that I've got an accounting degree. I'm a proud.
And don't you also have a master's?
Yeah, I do have a master's, but that's here nor there. I don't like to throw that in people's faces, Juan. You know what I'm saying? That's
I went to high school, folks.
You graduated college, you moron. Yeah. I think you did. I'm pretty sure.
I did, with a lot of hours.
They made you live with a lot of hours. They made you leave eventually. Well, let's put it this way. You attended college for a long time. I think they gave you a piece of paper.
I always tell people, I avoided those last 6 credit hours, or the last 6 required hours for a long time.
For a while. Okay. So, not mad, you wouldn't want me doing your accounting because I'm not in that business anymore. Right. In fact, my accountant, we got to meet with an accountant on Monday to try to explain to me. That's a sad state of affairs when I got to figure out, why am I paying this?
Can't figure it out.
No, she can figure it out, but then it's sort of like you gotta make sure you gave her the right information. But anyway, That's here nor there. But I'm not an accountant. But you know what? I probably would not. I bet you I wouldn't have made this big a mistake. You see where they came out and just nonchalantly, I don't even know who the woman was. She's standing there behind the podium, nonchalantly pointing out that, we had a $6.2 billion accounting error regarding the Ukraine war.
Yeah. So, but is that the one that now we can give them more?
I think probably so. Or maybe we did give them more. No, I think it was twofold. I think they found something else. Hey,
was it that? Because there was one a few weeks ago where they just said it was a valuation error. A problem. Apparently, we did the wrong depreciation form.
Well, there you go. So. But, and some people, but here's the funny, it's not funny. Funny is the wrong word. Because it was the same thing when it was going on with Afghanistan. Everybody stops paying attention to it. It went on forever, right? It just went on forever. And Americans was like, I guess we got to be there. That's sort of what happens. We gotta be there, and nobody's talking about the hundreds of millions of dollars. Boom,
Yeah.
boom, boom, just going out there. We're just randomly blowing up stuff. Most of it's disappearing, by the way. Most of the stuff you said, like that's the thing right now. They can't even tell you where the stuff's going.
And don't you worry, the stuff that we blow up, we'll replace.
We replace. We pay for and we replace. All we so it's big business for some people. But yeah, so that's that. When I saw that, I thought, man, my old Professor Mary Beeler would have been throwing something at the TV if you told her you made a $6.2 billion.
Right. That's not even like just a decimal point error.
Man, that's what is yeah. That'll show you the kind of numbers they're playing around with. But anyway, if you just remember everybody that they're lying to you. I was in the airport yesterday and standing 10 feet from a U.S. senator, and took me forever. I couldn't figure out who the guy was. I was in the United Club in Denver, which was a train wreck. Denver, I don't know what happened to Denver this past week. Horrible weather. People sleeping in the airport. I mean, there were cots everywhere. It was, yeah. I love Denver. I hate Denver airport. But anyway, I was in the a little bit of a layover, and I'm standing there, and yeah, you see somebody like I know.
Right, and they're out of place. If they were somewhere else.
Yeah, guy's sitting there. He's got on a golf shirt. He's got a tab, like a good old yellow pad in front of him with him. He's on the phone. He's sitting off on a table, just up in a corner. I could tell he was kind of. And I was waiting to get some food. I don't know what I was doing. And I look at him and I'm thinking, is that my cousin or something? How do I know that guy? You know how you go through that thing when you see somebody
Does it begin with an A? Does it begin with a B?
Did I go to school with that guy? No, he's a little bit older than me. Who do I know? Maybe he's a CEO that I've seen on TV. You know how you go through all the process. And he looked at me. He looked up several times at me because he could tell. And I was trying not to be obvious, but I'm not really good at not being obvious sometimes. Where I'm looking at him saying, "Bro, I know you. But I didn't want to go up and say, you know what I'm saying? Hey.
Yeah.
And then
before, haven't we?
Yeah, and then after on the way out, he was standing there, he was talking to somebody else, and I'm like, I know this guy. And then it wasn't until I was on the escalator on the way down. It's John Barrasso. He's a senator from Wyoming.
Okay.
And I think he's one of the good guys. I think I can remember, but I don't know how many. I don't think there are any good guys. Probably good that I didn't think about it. You know, probably good that I didn't realize. Oh, there's a U.S. senator right there.
Could have said, "Hey, bro, if we go into the gift shop and I buy a pair of pants and a shirt, could you give it to that guy from Pennsylvania for me?"
Yeah. Let me talk to you about some of your colleagues, bro. Yeah, but yeah, it was a good trip. I'll talk about Wyoming in a bit, but we're chatting before we came on. I was curious about one of the things you said, that another reason why you're never going to be as tough as your dad.
Dude, so yeah, just countless examples. My dad again will be 89 in a couple of months. So I had to go. Yeah, I had to go down to Napoleonville the other day. So on my way back, I was there in the morning. I popped in at his house. My sister happened to be there, and it was probably about 10:30. And I said, "I'm just stay a minute. I know you going." Yeah, he goes, "Play bingo and have lunch at the Council on Aging."
And what did we establish before?
Right, he ain't giving away his prizes anymore.
He ain't giving away anymore. Hey, you have been warned.
Yep.
So, you have been warned, Council on Aging. Mr. Semino is not playing nice anymore.
So he said, "Oh no, I'm not going today." And my sister, says, "Tell him why. Tell him why." And I said, "What happened?" He said, "I got stitches in my foot." And
man, hang on. I get the frissons whenever somebody says,
"Yeah." Well, just wait.
Oh,
I said, "Well, what happened?" And he was cutting grass on his riding lawn.
Okay.
And somehow or another, a stick got jammed in between the pulley and the belt that drives the blade. Well, most people, you just disengage the blade, which would then loosen the belt and the pulley, and the stick would probably fall out. He decides he's just going to kick it out. So I'm guessing he probably never even stopped. Well, his shoe got pulled into the pulley, between the pulley and the belt. And
I'm going to guess his foot was in the shoe.
Was in the shoe. So mangled, not tear. I mean, but just cut the heck out of his foot. I'll send you a picture of the shoe.
Oh.
Well, he had to pull his foot out of the shoe because the shoe was caught in there. Goes in his house, bleeding all over, trying to get it to stop bleeding. Says when it finally got enough to where he could control it, he went and get a couple band-aids and put on. He figured he needed stitches because he couldn't see how deep it was, couldn't tell from all the bleeding.
That's a good hint.
Yeah. But tell you
golly.
when, he said it took him 3 or 4 bath towels to clean up the blood. He had bled a lot on the floor. But they looked at the clock and it was early, so he went back outside, got his shoe unstuck, finished cutting grass, and then drove to the doctor and got stitches in his foot. It might have rained that afternoon, bro. It's that time of year. You're not gonna just leave the grass half cut.
Hat tip.
Yeah.
Hat tip, Mr. Semino. You are correct. No, I'm never going to be that tough.
Nah.
I mean,
I
maybe
looked
if
at it as a great reason to stop cutting grass.
Maybe if I had one little strip left, maybe, it was just a little strip left. I was like almost done.
Right. He probably broke out the weed eater and finished trimming.
Jeez, man. How many stitches did it tell you?
I think 4, not a ton.
Oh, so it's more of a puncture kind of wound than a
yeah.
Yeah,
you'll see. Like I said, the shoe, it just like, and then he proudly he had thrown the shoe in the garbage can. It's one of those big old garbage cans, the one that they pick up with the arms and stuff.
Yeah.
So he got his little trigger claw picker up thing, and went reaching out of the trash can to show me his shoe.
To show you? Hey, look, man. Like it's a jeez. Well, it must have been messed up if you threw away a good shoe. Right. I mean, because duct tape will fix parts of it, right? I mean,
no, it's it's mangled.
So
and bloody.
So kids, these, live and learn, right? If there's a stick if you got a stick stuck in your belt,
just stop. Loosen the belt.
Disengage. Maybe even turn it off. He probably done that before.
Don't kick it. Yeah. Like I'm saying, he probably didn't even stop the mower.
Probably,
I don't mean turn it off. I mean, I doubt that he stopped rolling.
He was just, I'll get it on the
I'll hit that spot coming back.
That's a frisson generating thing there. The concept when you get like your clothes caught in something, you hear these terrible, oh man. So which is why whenever you see me doing handiwork, if I'm working with power tools, bro, I'm naked.
Yeah, I could tell you a story, but that's too frisson. But his brother that got a glove caught in a corn crusher in the 50s.
Oh, stop. No, stop. Well, like I said, so not that we needed any more evidence that the former generation
obvious
was way tougher than us, man. Way tougher than us. But
and my sister was all, can you believe that?
Yeah.
I said, heck yeah, I believe it. Why would I not?
And you probably should have told you that. Thanks for the podcast material.
Yeah, I did. And that's what I'm taking. I said, wait, I'm taking a picture of this. My sister, why are you taking a picture of this? I'm talking about this on the podcast.
The podcast. Yeah, we might even put it in. Even yeah. I even told it to my son. I got back yesterday and he showed me, so hey, your Father's Day gift, whatever. I guess he'd ordered it, whatever. So, all right, but I'm gonna put it on the podcast.
There.
I'll do that with it.
It's all show research, man.
It's all right off. So talking about tough people, man. I was in Wyoming this past week.
Did you get any shootouts, like
no,
but in the town square?
I can tell you the guy who's the chairman this year for the Wyoming Bankers Association is a guy at a bank. Good guy, good dude. I've actually done some work for their bank in Denver, but he's a guy that basically asked me and brought me up there. One of their afternoon activities, some folks went to play golf. A handful did some kind of painting and wine drinking thing, and then a big group went clay shooting. They would shoot their
wow.
yeah, bankers, right? We got some golfing, we got some.
And did they have to travel far, or was there an open
No,
enough
these were people
space?
that probably came in from Wyoming, because I was having dinner next to my friend. His name's Kevin, next to Kevin, and he didn't tell me he won the shooting competition until later. They're giving out awards. They did this before I got up there. I was the last speaker, and but yeah, I'd asked him when we were at dinner. I said, "Do they furnish you guns?" He said, "Well, yeah. I mean, if you need them, but I brought my own." You brought your own. Yeah. So yeah, Wisconsin bankers are heavily armed, bro. I mean, that's not Wisconsin. Sorry, Wyoming.
Yeah.
I actually did get booked to go to Wisconsin. I'm going to Wisconsin in a couple of months. I'm doing all the
Nice.
W's, all the W's. But
West Virginia next, and
that's about all of them, right? I don't know how many more W's.
yeah, I
West
think so.
Virginia, yeah. So there you go. I'll try to hit West Virginia. And I tell you what, I got a feeling that West Virginia and Wyoming are very,
Washington.
very. Yeah. Suck on that, Washington. How come I never? All right. So, but I got a feeling West Virginia and Wyoming are very similar. I thought this good folks. I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed the people I met, but and it makes you remember that most of the country's pretty cool, y'all.
No.
And people we make fun of, like in Jeff Foxworthy made bajillion dollars on the
Yeah,
redneck
he might
thing,
be
and
a
everybody
redneck,
jokes
yeah.
about redneck. But let me tell you something. Yeah, rednecks everywhere. We call them different things, right? So we call Cajuns have a few, we have some unique traits, but at the end of the day, you do a Venn diagram of
Mm-hmm.
what is it, right? Redneck
Yeah,
and
we
Cajun.
all got our little stuff, man.
You got a lot of crossover there, and then up in Wyoming, this is the cowboy state. But you can call it, yeah, bro. It's cowboy, but it's some redneck
Right,
too, man. I
redneck.
mean,
Redneck on a horse.
so your very first thing, and apparently, I just got to say, in public places in Wyoming, in definitely in the airport, and I think a couple other places, apparently, guys spitting tobacco in the urinals is a big problem. Because they got signs, and I'm not talking about like general signs on the way in the bathroom. I mean, above the urinals. Please do not spit tobacco products.
Well, they apparently don't have flushless urinals.
They do not. And then apparently some folks either can't read, or
they don't care.
or they're pushing back on the man. You can't tell me where I can spit my.
Yeah, well, they embrace
Spit
that
like shoe.
cowboy stuff, because one of the schools
They love it.
that I guess it is in the working with my daughter as far as recruiting. They sent her. It's University of Wyoming. And they sent her, 10 reasons to go to Wyoming, and or 10, and just fun stuff. And it was, we don't ride horses to all our classes, but there is whatever you call a little tie-up thing in front of all the dorms.
Nice. Oh, look, I give a strong endorsement. The funny thing, I did drive around. I was in Casper. And I'm not far. I don't know how far that is from, you said, was it Laramie?
Laramie is where the university is.
Right. One of my best friends in banking is from Laramie, and he's in Denver now, but he's from Laramie. So, and he went to he's a Wyoming, whatever. That's his
Cowboys at University of Wyoming. It's the Cowboys.
He loves him, that stuff. But good. I drove around Casper, little town. It's could have been like. I like doing that when I have time to do it. If I have a rental car, I just go. No, I don't get lost. I got my maps on the phone. But just drive around neighborhoods and looking at looking at America. America's America. I got out in downtown Casper, and here's one of the problems, y'all. And I don't want to. We're having fun. I won't go back negative again. But y'all, we got to start putting our foots up people's butts everywhere, man. I'm walking down. Casper's a quiet little place. You think nothing going on. Dude, I must have bumped into two crackheads just walking around middle of the day. You know, one guy's just obviously, black hoodie kind of thing on, looks he's sort of out of it. Just and I'm obviously not armed, so I can't be as cocky or arrogant as I would normally be. You know, I'm like, let me keep an eye on this guy. But it's just troubling, man. I just have to say, you would think on a Thursday, early afternoon in Casper, Wyoming, walking around downtown, I should not be encountering obvious. I don't know. I shouldn't call him a threat. Maybe he sized me up and he saw
He
Baba.
figured out. Yeah, he backed
He saw
away.
Baba Yaga. He saw Baba Yaga and said, "I don't think I want to mess with this guy."
Well, you talk about bad people, good people, whatever. We joked. It was Tuesday night. Me, you, and Rick were texting about they had those that big weather storm moving through, and I joked and said, "Well, maybe people in Baton Rouge are going to take a night off from shooting each other, because of the rain." Well, apparently not.
Apparently not.
One guy, and again, it's employee on employee crime now. An employee at Sam's in Baton Rouge.
Shot
another
Sam's.
one. Shot another one.
What?
But let me tell you something. The shooter, I'd hire that fella. Wednesday morning, he's back at work.
Man, that's dedication.
That's dedication. I went to our HR director and said, "Why can't we get people to come to work over here on a regular basis? Go hire this dude." And my guess he was doing his job because the arrest shot looks like it came from the parking lot at Sam's, and I guess he was picking up carts because he had like the little yellow reflective safety vest on.
So let me just for those keeping score at home. So one Sam's employee shot another Sam's employee in the parking lot.
I guess I think it was the parking lot.
And the employee who did the shooting.
Right. He showed up for his shift Wednesday morning.
So tells me that either it was a justified shooting or
I think he didn't think the dude would tell.
Or Baton Rouge is getting like the rest of the country where
nah, man, he didn't kill him. No need to come out.
That's pretty
right.
Now, what happened to the guy that got shot?
I don't know. That's what I figured. Snitches get stitches. So he might be hiding out now.
You think he showed up at work the next day?
Probably not.
I mean, because look, we know being in business for a long time that you get some sniveling, you get some people that complain about nothing. I think
it's hard to get good employees though. So maybe they just split the shifts up. Maybe they said, "Okay, bro, you come work in the afternoon."
Might have been. I don't know what Sam's policy, and I've worked a lot. I don't know what Sam's policy is on. Okay, I know you shot him. You lucky this week. We're short staffed.
Tomorrow, Wednesday we get the delivery.
We're short staffed. Yeah. Oh yeah. You can shoot somebody on a Tuesday night or Wednesday because that's when the close comes in, right? We need the manpower to get that stuff out there. Yeah. Don't be shooting somebody
shoot anybody on a weekend when it's like we're fully stocked.
No. Then there's gonna be some repercussions, but that would be that'd be interesting. I'd like to talk to the manager of that Sam's Club just to say, how do you do that? How do you structure, how do you work on scheduling?
Right. What's the benefit package here that, people want to work here so bad that they're willing to risk arrest to come back after shooting somebody?
We've all dealt with.
Maybe he didn't have any PTO days. I don't know.
Who knows? We've all dealt with employees that don't quite get along. To my knowledge, I've never had one of my employees shoot another one. On the job anyway. I can't tell you what these
oddly, I've never had any
house.
employee threaten to shoot me, and God knows I've made enough of them hate me.
Well, you got to be careful with that too. But so there you go. So shout out
Sam's Club in Baton Rouge, the most dedicated employees in America.
There you go. Even when they don't get along. I would have thought the Sam's employee would be a better shot than the Popeyes employee the other day. Only thing that would have made that story more, full circle would be if you told me that Sam's employee, once he got shot, ran to the Waffle House.
That'd have been sweet.
because that's where you want to go. Apparently, if you can't get yourself to a ready clinic or a hospital, if you are stabbed or shot, get yourself into a Waffle House.
And there's a Waffle House just right across the interstate from there.
Because there's going to be somebody in that Waffle House, whether or not they're cooking or serving that food, or more than likely, several of the customers.
They're experienced with life-threatening or life-saving first aid techniques.
Won't be the first gunshot or stab wound they saw this week, yo. So these are just pro tips from Dave and Juan. But yeah, it was a good deal. Good deal. Oh, by the way, before I forget, and I don't know why it's important to say that. I give shout outs when it could do. So we had dinner at this thing in Wyoming. And let me tell you something, man. Wyoming knows beef. Dude, they brought out the dinner, and they call it the rubber chicken circuit when you speak, because it's hard to bird. Yeah, man, it's hard to serve a big group of people.
It's hard to prepare a good meal for that many people and have it
all
at
the same time. Man, they brought this thing out, and they had salmon on it, like a big thing of salmon, and a freaking steak. And I'm not talking about like a little piece here. I mean, a nice thick steak, and like asparagus and mashed potatoes. And I'm just like, are you kidding me? Like, as soon as it came out, I said, I think I need a box. I want to box this and bring it back to my. Now I was flying out the next morning at the crack, before the crack of dawn, which is another weird thing up in Wyoming. Dude, it never really gets dark. It's weird.
Oh, really?
It gets dark late, like 9:30, 10 o'clock. And I swear to you, at 5 o'clock in the morning, there was enough light out there to, weird.
Was it okay? So does Alaska never get dark or never get light?
I think Alaska does have seasons that it's pretty well lit for maybe months at a time, and then it's pretty dark, I think, for months at a time. But anyway, I digress on that. But they put this food out there, and it's funny I said that. At my table was also the chairman. Buddy was the annual chairman, the guy the permanent guy that's in charge. I forget his name. Some rich dude that you kind of retired, but you come out and he needs something to do, and his wife. And she was nice. She was friendly, but I think I gave her an idea, because when the food came out and I was speaking right after this, so I'm like, God, man, I was going to be asleep eating this. And she ended up asking the when they came back around, can I get a box? I want to bring some of this back to my room. And I'm like, man, look at that. I spread some coon ass around this table right here. I got the wife of the chairman asking for a box to bring, but dude. I looked at that steak and said, there's no way, because I don't think I could cook that steak where it wouldn't be like overdone.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Freaking awesome. I said, it was the best steak. And we were joking about that. Me and a couple of guys there like, this is good. Like, shout out to
big old grill though.
Man, I don't even know how they did it. But I don't think my table was special, because later on I made a joke about it to the group. It's like, hey, how many of y'all, when y'all got that huge slab of meat on your plate, thought, oh man, I bet you I can't even bite into this like a goober? I got I got the room to admit some dang good steaks, Cajun here to verify. Y'all got some good food here, man.
Did you bring it home?
No, because they cleared my plate when I had to get up to speak. I was the guy. Now bringing it home would have been, I flew out the next morning at a crazy early time, but the room they put me in, this was in a I never heard of it. The place was a Ramkota. I don't know. That must be some local Indian. That's the name of the hotel. Nothing fancy, but it was fine. But when I checked in, and I like these guys, because apparently you show up some places where you're the hired guy to come in. They don't give us crap, man. You got whatever, the cheesy room. Yeah, you're lucky they gave you anything. These guys were nice. They put me in I guess technically is a suite. It's kind of funny when you walk down the hallway. It's on the 6th floor, which is the top floor there, and your room has 2 doors. It's like a double.
Oh man.
I know, it's funny, man. Like, oh Lord, let me see what.
I thought that was adjoining rooms, and they just had the doors that close together.
You know what it is, though? I think because on either side, so it's a big room, and then on either side it connects. So I got a feeling you could get families, right? Because the room, the funniest thing. Now I've traveled a bit in my day. I know I've stayed in at least, I know I've stayed in 1,000 hotel nights at least. Okay. I've never had a room, I think, with 2 recliners, like full on. They weren't leather either, man. And I don't know if they were quite velour. I don't know what exactly they were, but
That's some comfy stuff, man.
so listen, I was making fun. I sent y'all a picture of that. Like, man,
Yeah.
look at my room. My room's got 2 recliners in it. I got news for you, yo. Game changer. Game changer. It's nice having a big old comfy recliner. Just kind of kick back in, got my laptop out, and it's like, man,
Dude,
digging.
we used to have a recliner, and I had always made fun of recliners, but we had one, and then my wife made me get rid of it or something. I love that thing, dude.
You make fun of them until you get it. Oh man, I just feel the love, man.
Right.
Recliner, when you sit in
Yeah,
some
bed. Who
chairs,
needs a bed? I see
exactly.
this bad boy.
Recliners are like, oh, bro, just kick back. It's been a long day. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself.
Yeah, and you know when you can set the recline level at a couple of different pitches. Oh
Mm-hmm.
man,
Living. And you know why, as much fun as we make of it, you know, along the way, why some, again, redneck or Cajun or cowboy, whoever it was that figured it out, said, you know what, we know what make these things even better. We need built-in cup holders. I'm tired of spilling my beer. Built-in.
I don't have to put the foot part down to reach over and get it.
Man, there you go. So all good. And during the we took a little break. We kind of hit the mark here, and Juan did send me the picture of your dad's shoe. That's a Sketcher. Your dad was wearing some athletic looking Skechers, man.
Right,
Nice.
man?
I bought me some Skechers at Sam's the other day. My wife laughed at me, but man, they are so comfortable.
Dude, because Skechers got the wide fit, man. I like
That's
some Skechers.
right. You just got to give up the pride part where people look down and say, you know, and I think if Skechers brings in these old football players like Howie Long and Tony Romo, that's pretty smart. Yeah, they ought to pay a little bit more money. They need to get like a Charles Barkley or somebody, you know how much money it costs. Just throw a little bit of cool on them where you can get maybe that 40-something-year-old guy that's, you know, because it
I
was
like my Skechers, man.
Man, it was about 10 years ago. I even texted my brothers back home, pictures of the first Skechers I had bought. We were getting ready to go to Disney, I think, with the kids. When they were younger, obviously much younger. And I don't even know where I found them, where it came about, but I bought some Skechers. Oh man, it was a game changer walking around Disney for those with a week. I'll say, I never even changed my eyes. It was like walking around in total comfort. Oh, well. So Skechers is not an endorser of this podcast, but they should be.
I bought ONS, ONS, the other day.
Is that like a new thing? Is that like a new thing?
Yeah, like everybody wears those. It looks like it's ON, and it's and it's on clouds.
Okay.
And I bought some because, you know, I didn't want to only wear Skechers. But for it, I wore them. It was a deal where I wasn't sure because, you know, I'm used to stepping in those Skechers and they're instantly comfy. I wore them around the house for a couple of days just to make sure that they were going to break in.
All right. And how did it?
Fine.
Good?
It took a while to go.
My sons, I think it's my wife that may have found them as a gift, and now they got them and they love them. There's something called dudes. Dudes. Yeah. My youngest lives in those things, but which is different than how I used to be. Like I used to be I had basketball shoes, I had hanging out shoes, going to school. You know what I'm saying? And especially
church shoes.
Exactly. I was very and took care of them. Like these are my good shoes. Yeah. Like I didn't wear my good tennis shoes.
My yard shoes were the tennis shoes that were most recently retired.
Yeah, exactly. My kids
have never away when I retired a pair of tennis shoes that became my yard shoes. I threw away my yard shoes.
Yeah, because that was those were donate it to charity. No, man. Yeah, guys under the bridge got better shoes than my yard shoes when I'm done with them. But both my kids have never been in it. you get over it after a while, but it drives me crazy. It'll just drive me crazy. Like, they're doing something or playing basketball in the backyard or doing whatever. And I'm like, is that the brand new tennis shoes you got on? Huh? Yeah. You got 17 pair of shoes that fit fine, that you can be beating up out here on the concrete doing whatever. I can't believe it, but it's a different generation.
I guarantee
Your dad would have said, "Bro, I had one pair of shoes. I was lucky to have a pair of shoes."
I'm sure he had to go buy a new pair of shoes to replace those. Yeah, he probably had to wear his church shoes to the doctor.
Well, hey, I'm going to tell you though. You showed me that shoe, and they had a little blood on it. I don't know, but
look at the sole. It just like ate the whole back of the sole up, the rubber part on the bottom.
He could have washed it
Yeah,
off.
he could have held on to it.
I know. I'm not judging. He finished mowing the grass with,
maybe a sock. Who knows?
A foot with 3 bath towels worth of blood had been taken out of it. But right. Oh, the other thing I got during that quick little break we took was I got a notice from Lifetime Fitness, my gym right here. Lifetime Fitness, the Whirlpool closure. Oh, so due to unforeseen
circumstances, make it old, dudes.
Due to unforeseen circumstances, Lifetime Sugarland Whirlpools will be closed until Monday the 26th. We apologize for any inconvenience this may cause. They could have just said that we apologize to all the 70-something-year-old Asian people who are going to be ticked off. That's, man. And these Whirlpools, they're big. Like they're massive. They got 2 of them, but there could be some ticked off elderly Asian people. And I know that's not even stereotypical. I am flat out describing to you, if you go to my gym, you walk over to those Whirlpools, it's a very tight demographic, man. It's almost like a club. Almost like a club. But there you go.
I don't know. I'm not a Whirlpool kind of guy.
Me neither. I don't. To me, that looks like a soup. I don't.
And if I were, it wouldn't be in the community Whirlpool.
I don't want to be there. So I had a couple of things here that was, again, I pay attention too much. So I'm in. I fly into Casper, which is a small airport. There are small airports, and there are small airports. It's a small airport. But it's got a couple of cool, it's not tiny. I guess there's several airlines that do fly in and out, and it's got regional jets and stuff. But so my flight was like at 7, I guess. And the one thing I did not want to do is get stuck in Casper, Wyoming. So I want to make sure I'm going to get there early enough. So I walk into the airport, and that might be a first where I walk in and there's not a soul in the airport. There's nobody behind any of the airline counters, any TSA
How'd you
line.
get? They don't lock
Door was
it?
open. Yeah, it was open. Apparently, there may have been some stuff. I thought there were flights that left at 6. I don't know how that works.
You should have gone to see if you could just get on your plane.
Well, it wasn't there. They had to move. I mean, it wasn't like you had to. I mean, it was there, but off.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of walking around, killing time, and then finally, I guess somebody comes from the back, TSA guy, and says, "I'm sorry, we'd be doing this. Apologizes for not having." So I beat TSA to work apparently, but I'm just killing time. And again, it's one of the things about Wyoming, and I'll give them credit. So Wyoming's one of these states, and here's why. Again, not getting political. I'm telling you, Wyoming will never, ever be a blue state. It's going to be red forever, because that's sort of, man. You find cultures of people that are just like, we're wilderness people. We're like, we belong to this country because they made us, and that's fine. But in the airport, in Casper, Wyoming airport, there's a display, glassed in display. And again, it's copies, but they got the Constitution, the Declaration of Independence, the Magna Carta, and I forget what the other one is. I did taking a picture of it. But anyway, so I'm like,
there to remind you where you are.
So this is okay, but here's the juxtaposition that, and I may or may not be using that word right, but you sound smart when you say
right. I like that word.
Oh man, I know. You don't even know you can use it incorrectly, and people are like, "Oh,
yeah,
oh, that guy just used a word I can't spell."
Right. What he didn't say was just suppose.
No, it's a juxtaposition. You can juxtapose, right?
But no, I'm saying no. See, you even say I said just suppose as
Oh,
in
just suppose.
JUST.
Bro,
Just suppose they had this.
just suppose a position, bro, is what I'm saying. So I'm reading the Magna Carta stuff and all this, I got time because I got time to kill waiting for
Right.
TSA. And oh, by the way, do we really need like 7 TSA employees on one lane? I'm telling you, and my apologies to back after 9/11. My apologies for going along with when I remember when all this stuff started, and I was just like, well, we gotta secure things and we gotta, buy in because everybody's lying. When I say everybody's lying, y'all, they didn't just start lying the last few years. They've been lying since, forever. But when they came out the TSA, and there were other people out there, wiser folks were saying, man, don't do it. Don't do it. You're giving away liberties. You're giving away, and it's going to become a monster. And they were totally right. TSA is just a total kabuki monster now. I mean, it is. Don't get me wrong. You'll find some nice folks every now and then. If you fly to a nice city, chances are you're going to find some nice folks. But by and large, you're dealing with government workers.
Right.
Right.
Government workers who you give power to who otherwise would have no power.
100%.
And no credentials to be powerful.
And government is the only reason in the world that these people would ever have authority over you. Period. Yeah. Period. It ain't like they're cops. You can talk all you want about
they like exercising that authority.
Yeah. What I'm saying is it's not like if you're a cop, you know what? They're great cops and they're maybe not great cops, but cops every day on the job, it could go wrong.
Right. They're risking something.
It could go wrong. TSA, nothing going wrong. I mean, they're all okay. And like I said, you'll run in. Don't get me wrong, someone nice, but boy, it's that. I don't know if they get bored or they try to justify stuff. I am the first person going through TSA this morning. Now, by the time they open it up, there's a couple of folks behind me. We're kind of joking around. My bag goes through. I got both my carry-on and my suitcase. Goes through. And man, nice new equipment in Casper, by the way. Hey, man, we're not spending all our money on Ukraine blowing up stuff. But TSA's got good budgets too. Okay, so I'm standing there, I'm waiting. I mean, I know what's in the bag. I know what's in both. I know I'm legal. I know I'm legal. I didn't even bring a big tube of toothpaste. I'm waiting and I'm thinking, okay, surely it must be somebody else's bag. And it's like 6 in the morning now. This young guy comes out and look, he wasn't a jerk. He wasn't me, but guy grabs my suitcase. I already got my carry on with my computer. Grabs my suitcase. Is this yours, sir? Yeah, bro. What you think? Like
it's a ghost in front of me.
Process of elimination. Yeah. That's mine. Says I need to do a whatever inspection. I'm like, and this is where you got to be careful because that's the other thing, right? Because they can. I'm just like, really, dude?
No jerk you around.
Really? And yes, sir. And I'm like, why? And he wouldn't answer why. And I'm like, then I start thinking, okay, there's no way I got a gun in there. There's no way I got a knife in there. I mean, it's not like I'm leaving my house and I forgot something as I'm coming back. So I get off to the side and I'm watching this. And y'all, let me tell you something. I don't know if you've looked at the modern X-ray stuff. I don't know why they got to open a bag, bro. They can see.
Oh yeah.
So hey, next time you're going through an airport, y'all, and they make you do that hands above your head, standing in that tube, bro, they looking at you naked. Naked. You are flat out naked on that because it sees through everything. So I'm looking at the so man, don't this guy, he has to open, and it's a bag, it's stuffed. The guy took me 5 minutes to get everything in there, right? And pulls out my shaving kit. Now I gotta be honest, it's a shaving kit that I travel with all the time. I know there's nothing in there, but I don't even know what's in there. This guy, he basically empties my shaving kit. And I'm like, what are you looking for? Like, seriously, like what do you, and then he's almost looking at it like I got some kind of fake compartment under. Like he's literally, I'm like, you want me to explain what everything is, bro? That's that's toothpaste. That's a regular shaver. So it took about like, I don't know, 5 minutes or so of him just emptying out found nothing, of course, because part of me was like, bruh, that bag's been through every major airport in America.
Yeah.
I don't think I've added anything to that shaving kit, And then and everybody was telling their stories. This other guy said, "Oh yeah, they pulled me over the other day. I switched from a regular razor to a straight blade razor, and they confiscated it from me."
Wow.
And I was like, "That's pathetic." I said, "But what kind of maniac shaves with a straight razor?"
you bring that belt with you to shave.
I
things,
instantly questioned that guy. I'm like, "Well, yeah, it sucks,
yeah, I
but
kind of think.
But bro, straight razor, really? Who are you, man? You freaking Wyatt Earp? What the hell, man? Seriously, who the hell shaves with not a safety razor, a straight razor? Well,
Yeah.
but it was just a weird juxtaposition of I'm over here, I'm literally reading the Constitution of the United States of America right there.
And now you're getting an unlawful search.
30, I don't know. Well, I guess it's not. Well,
It's not unlawful, but yeah,
doesn't matter what
unreasonable.
What have we learned? The laws are a relative term. For some people, it's the law. For other people, not so much.
Well, and I thought, good news is I think you used the term juxtaposition, right?
That's the big news of the day, y'all. I used juxtaposition.
We often use words that sound good.
Hey.
Just use them incorrectly.
Say it with conviction. A couple other things I realized is humor. Flight attendants, humorous flight attendants are cool. Humorous pilots, shut the hell up. I don't need Shecky Green. Boy, that's an old reference. Hey, tell me you're in your late 50s without telling me in your late 50s. Shecky Green. Okay, it could be Don Rickles.
Yeah, that's still the same age.
Exactly. Yeah, don't want humor. Don't want humor from the pilot. Flight attendant's fine. Because you know what? What are they going to mess up? They can mess up what? The drink order? No. The pilots.
Yeah, bro. Stop sitting up there worrying about the delivery of your joke.
You know what else I don't need? Here's my thing too. And this is not meant to be controversial, but stay with me here. They are doing a disservice now, all these companies, including the freaking airline that I fly all the time, with all their major continual promotion of we hire based on, and whether you call it diversity or whether you whatever. Hey, listen, if you're gonna do that, fantastic. If it's that important to you, do it. Stop talking about it. Because when you talk about it, what you're basically doing is look at me. Mm-hmm. That's all these freaking morons want. They want credit. Oh, you're good people but what you end up doing is putting seeds of doubt.
Right. Because then when something screws up, like it has been so much lately in the transportation business, then you sit down and say, well, maybe you should hire on quality.
Because all you're doing and that's all you talk about is plant seeds
to it. Yeah.
That if you see, it used to be, man, I don't care what the job is. If you showed up and somebody was in that job, you were like, good for you.
I assume they qualify.
100%. Never, ever question the qualifications of anybody doing anything until they decide to start making it. And here's the other reason why we were talking about this is now let's preface it by saying tragic, rest in peace, whatever. But the CEO of that freaking submarine Ocean Gate, right? For those of you that aren't paying attention, that was the mini sub.
Yeah, it was a submersible, I think.
I'm sorry. A submersible that apparently they bring you down.
Technically, I'm a submersible. But,
yeah. Well, this guy, and so they put you on these things and they bring you down to apparently to look at the Titanic. Even though they say you really couldn't see much.
This is what I wonder. You can't, and I Googled that today. It's pitch black down there. I don't think it had a window on it. So what? Yeah, or you just? I'm assuming there's just cameras and monitors.
I don't know. You think they bring them down there and just have them look at a brochure? I know you can't see this, but right outside the submersible right now, besides
Yeah.
15,000 psi of earth shattering, or at
Yeah.
least submersible shattering pressure. So that's what ended up happening. And but this guy, and be careful, y'all. The internet's forever. Yeah, I guess he had tweeted or said
Right.
stuff
Didn't
a
want to
while
hire some
back.
uninspirational 50-something-year-old white guy.
And as an uninspirational 50-something-year-old white guy, I took part. You know what I'm saying? I normally would. That was a direct shot. That was a direct shot. It's like, bro, you are hitting me. You know, this guy's telling me you don't. You know, all right. Well, I guess I'm not gonna work on your submersible. How'd that work out for you? But yeah. The other weird thing was they apparently our Navy knew within
Yeah, I read something
minutes.
today where they said they just couldn't confirm it at 100%.
That's a lie. That's a lie. You know that's a lie. You know that's a lie.
I thought about you a little while ago. I saw an ad for a shirt that read, "I'm a conspiracy theorist. My pronouns are told you so."
There you go. There you go. Next to my Baba Yaga shirt, that's told you. Well, so anyway, yeah, so they knew and they let it go for a week, letting, you know, I heard other people say like, well, you know, it got ratings for CNN and MSNBC and everybody because everybody was tuning in, see about, but after a while, it was sort of like, okay.
Well, no, so yeah, when the day I went to see my dad, I drove down to Napoleonville, so a little over an hour drive there and back, and I had it on satellite radio on the news, and I turned it off. I said, "Jesus Christ, how much can y'all just talk about this thing?"
Oh, here's the other thing I realized. Once you become a billionaire, that becomes part of your title.
Yeah.
Because you notice that the only time, like every time they talked about so and so a billionaire from
Yeah, that's part of the criticism because he was a billionaire. So
well, yeah, yes, and yeah, it is, but it's also sort of a, I don't know, it's a credential thing, or the other one, some powerful family from Pakistan, I think it was. Now, the one I feel the most sorry for, obviously, is a 19-year-old. There's a 19-year-old dude because I
was
doubt.
Terrified.
Really, I doubt.
Yeah, I read that
seriously.
he was terrified to go on it.
Well, sure, and nobody deserves that, and so especially this kid, you know, whatever. But I think that is part of why everybody. And there were some funny memes. I mean, I gotta be honest. It's cruelness comes out, but boy, there was some funny memes out there. That we might have to wait a little bit longer.
Yeah, a little too soon. Little too soon.
But yeah. So more, you know, note to self or note to the kids out there. You don't ever want to be 2 miles down, ever. It's like the watch I got. I got a watch that's supposedly a diving watch, and I basically said, man, you know what? If this watch is ever deeper than 10 feet, it fell off of me. Right. I'm not new.
No, I remember, you know, we used to have our altar boy parties and the pool was like 16 feet deep and you'd go off the high diving board. And if you go all the way down
16 feet. No.
16 feet. Yeah.
16, dude, that is.
Yeah. And dude, you talk about you went down to the bottom blowing your ears out to no end.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man. So imagine. And then they pulled out James Cameron, who apparently, I guess, just
I didn't realize James Cameron was like, and I guess he is.
No, apparently James Cameron is a huge.
Yeah, I didn't realize he was like an expert on all this stuff.
And he said he called it that same design.
Yeah.
I mean, he got, you know, he's the Titanic, and he got tied into that, and that's his whatever. But he had, and he was on, saw interviews saying, no, I called this years ago. Called it to people's attention, saying that thing's a death trap. That design, the materials they use, and
yeah, it was the first trip for this thing, right? Or the first
I don't
trip
think so.
deep.
No. I don't know.
Oh,
I
had
don't
it
know.
Been down? Okay.
You know, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if it'd been down that deep before. I know somebody else told the story of being in it, and it was like really unpleasant. It was like, just, you know, it's tight, and I get more frissons talking about that than your dad's shoe getting pulled into
but
the.
See, I love stuff like I love to see like the footage of the Titanic and things like that. I'm just good watching on my TV though.
Yeah, and you get good pictures. Send it down there.
Yeah.
Like why would again? I guess because look, we're humans, and don't get me wrong, I'm not. That's how the West was won. That's how the countries got discovered, and that urge to do difficult things. But at
Well, they
some
say
point,
more people have been in deep space than have been into the deep ocean.
Okay, true. And it's what they say. You know, we're all worried about what's out in space. They say we don't even know what's in our own oceans, right?
Yeah.
Because that's some. They got some. They got some scary stuff down there, man. I'm sorry. I believe it. I believe there could be Godzilla down there.
He just waiting.
That's the one part of all these things I always buy into, or like Megalodon, whatever. Yeah, who the hell knows, man? We can't even go down there, and we can't even send 6 rich people down to the Titanic, and it gets deeper than that. So, I don't know. It's not a conspiracy theory, but look at that, man. We're almost going to run out of time here. We by the time it comes out here, so congratulations to LSU.
Yeah.
We hope by the time this comes out, it's the big
Maybe
celebration.
The first or second.
We don't know, but yeah.
But good, man. Yeah, good time watching it. Exciting baseball for even a guy who like me who doesn't regularly watch baseball. I've enjoyed it thoroughly. A friend of mine in Thibodeau, when Tommy White hit the winning home run in the second game against Wake Forest the other night, he posted on Facebook that middle-aged guys were celebrating everywhere as they watched a 20-year-old athlete with a 50-year-old beer gut send LSU to the World Championship.
Hey, man. There you go.
That's a big old boy.
Good deal. Good deal. Hey, man, he got one job and he did it.
You're right.
And oh, by the way, that first baseman, that amazing play.
Dude, yeah.
So don't forget that. He probably doesn't. It doesn't go extra innings without that guy, and it's all
no.
But all good. So and I whatever happens, and I'm glad, and I hope LSU wins. I will also be glad when we can stop talking about the freaking Jello shots. Okay. Hey, you know what? So shout out to that place in Oklahoma, wherever it's at.
Dude, that's a market in Nebraska. Yeah.
Because there's nothing more low class than a Jello shot.
We've been talking about. Okay, first of all, the place must make 99% of its income.
Yes.
In 2 weeks or a week and a half.
Yes, 100%. Yes, 100%.
Jello shots probably I mean, what's the cost of material on a Jello shot? Pennies? And he's selling them for $5.
Are they $5 really?
$5. And my former employer shelled out $30,000 to break the record.
And more power to him. He's a guy. He's like, what happens when you got money and you just do? He's that guy. He's throwing.
What happens when you got money and you love to get your name out there,
and you love the attention. Hey, rock and roll. So anyway, I'll be glad to be done.
Yeah. Now the thing is, everybody's selling Jello with EAUX champion shirts.
Hey, whatever, man. God bless America. Go get it. I was happy to see it. The game was going on before I got up to speak. And one of the guys at the table I was at was a baseball fan. We started talking, found out I was from Louisiana, extrapolated to while I was middle of my speech. I remember to look over to the table and say, hey, you got an update on the score? And he said, yeah, LSU won. Walk-off homer. There you go. I turned around to the group and said, man, they have a bunch of drunk Cajuns in Oklahoma right now.
Bro.
But where is it? What is it?
Nebraska.
It's in Nebraska. Sorry.
Omaha, Nebraska. I'm sorry. Omaha.
Omaha. I said Omaha. Yeah, I did say. And I've been to that town on accident once. I was speaking somewhere, and the series obviously wasn't going on, but ain't nothing there, man. That's
right. I think they use the stadium just for this.
I mean, it's Homa. I mean, it's like. Don't get me. I think Homa's got more going on for it. Yeah. Homa's got a walk on.
Got the Southland Mall, bro.
Hey, shout out to the Southland Mall. Last time I was there, the Southland Mall, the Dillards in the Southland Mall has apparently won the competition. The Dillards in the Southland Mall in Homa, it's actually pretty stocked, pretty nice. So apparently that's where the Terrebonne Parish has decided, okay, you can still get. Shop. You can get. I walked in, man. The dress shoe selection in that far surpassed anything I see here in Houston. So that's a random thought.
There you go. And still got the ground patty right next door.
We know it well. We know my father-in-law loves him some ground patty, man, as he should. As he should. Bring out the peanuts.
That's right. Love the
Nice.
peanuts.
Nice. All right, y'all. We could do this all day, but you know what? We ain't. We're getting out of here. We're going to push the button. Get on out of here. If you want to reach us, we ain't hard to find. It's David
We're right
Juan.
here.
David Juan at protonmail.com. Yeah, if you want to email us. But then besides that, hit us everywhere. You found us one time, do it again. We're not going nowhere.
We'll be back right here.
We ain't doing Marco Polo. We ain't doing Peekaboo. Whatever. We ain't changing. Here, find us. You got it. You got it. And every week, we suggest, we plead.
Nah, bro. It's not even a directive. Stronger than a directive.
I think I was contradicting what we normally say. It's not a suggestion. Whatever.
Right.
Yo, it's a freaking mandate. Freaking mandate. Get out there. Try to live your best life. Try to make it a great week. You know what I'm saying? Just get at it. Get at it like the 20-year-old guy with the 50-year-old beer gut, whatever.
Right. Or the guy at Sam's who just wanted to show up for his shift the next morning after he shot his coworker.
What? You gonna hold that against me? That guy had it coming. I had to shoot him, but I was here.
You know he thought you thought somebody's gonna take that dude out one day. Thank me.
I got a feeling that guy, if he stays on, the employee of the month is gonna be him forever because they'd be afraid to take it away from him. Don't take it away from Johnny. Johnny shot a guy.
Yeah.
All right. Give him the damn plaque. I don't care. All right. But we got to get on out of here. Yeah. We do. All right. So good luck, LSU. Good luck, everybody. Hopefully this comes, be happier next time. We're going on vacation. By the time this comes, we'll figure that out. We'll put something out for everybody. We may or may not be back. But anyway, everybody have a fantastic week or 2 weeks, depending on what it is.
Whatever.
Got it. Love you, bro.
Back at you, dude. So more news from Assumption Parish, but it's really from Baton Rouge. Apparently one of not the station Rick works at, but the local, either the local Fox affiliate or the local NBC affiliate, which is like the stepchild of the news stations here, ran a story about Assumption Parish. And the graphic said, man accused of exposing himself. Gives his name, and then on the charges, graphically on the screen, I guess it meant obscenity. They put obesity. And so,
hey, wait, those are not mutually exclusive. Both could be true.
But depending on how obese he was, it could have prevented the obscenity. But the satire page here wrote, they're going to need a bigger jail down there in Assumption. It says, when you're so fat, they actually charge you for it in Assumption Parish. So I know I'm Facebook friends with the sheriff down there. So I tagged him on that comment. So just
there you go.
He could know. But there you
go.
Bro,
Lafouche and Terrebonne. Lafouche and Terrebonne. We live in glass houses. We can't throw no rocks. We can't throw no rocks.
It's over. Go home.